All right. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Oh man, it feels good to say that. Oh boy. It's been a while since we got on here and we talked some wrestling. It's a Monday night. Um Lots to catch up on. We got some big news out of Raw. We had some fun bits over the weekend that we're gonna get into. And there's someone brand new to the AEW roster. And I couldn't be more proud of them. You know what? Let's just we'll get to the stuff on the cover in a bit. Um Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna cover the stuff on the cover first. Ladies should go first. And I try to be a gentleman. I'm not the best gentleman on the planet. Ask my wife, but I do my best. Right, honey? No comment. All right. Good to hear. All right. So, like the cover shows, we got a big announcement tonight on Raw from Naomi. And it's actually courtesy. What's up, Bill? How you doing? Smash that like button, bro. So Naomi, the current I don't know which championship it is because there's so many different titles now. But that's not a bad thing. I'm glad there's a lot of women's titles. We'll just say the Raw Women's Championship, okay? No disrespect intended, but because she's on Raw. And so Naomi announced tonight through kind of a side. That's Trinity from TNA. That's right, Bill. That's how we know her as TNA fans, right? The artist formerly known as TNA's Trinity. Not to be cute, not to be confused with the early 2000s Trinity, right? Uh, who was also awesome. Um, but yeah, so they showed a clip from it was basically like a second part that was recorded for Stephanie McMahon's podcast. If you didn't hear the first part, by the way, it's really good. It's it's a little lengthy for a podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, who am I to talk? God knows the Bone Man can talk, right? Um, for all the talking I've done over the last 10 plus years. Uh, Sometimes I just don't shut up. So Stephanie McMahon had a show that released over this past week from Jay Uso. Jay Uso? No, excuse me. Big Jim. Big Jimmy, wrong brother. Jimmy Uso and Naomi talking about their marriage, their life on the road together, their ups, their downs. And I felt like when that came out, there was going to be an announcement on that podcast, but there wasn't. They had talked about possibly wanting to get pregnant a few years back, like right before Trinity, Naomi, joined TNA. I believe that's the timeline there because she was a little confused. She didn't know where to go after she left the WWE and she walked out. She's trying to just figure things out. So now there's a part 2 that came out, and that's on, where did I find it? I listened to part of it, and it's actually really deep. And for those of you who are in relationships and are with someone and have gone through we'll just say issues with pregnancy and such with your wife. Wow. It really hits home. Naomi has been through, I'm not going to go into the whole thing because I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to the first few minutes. And wow, Naomi has gone through some stuff in her life as far as, we'll just say, uh, woman problems. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Um, and, um, but, but yeah. So the funniest part about the announcement is she goes all haywire on Adam Pearce and kicks him out of the ring. That was hilarious. Absolutely bonkers. And that's the character I love from Naomi. The crazy cackle. you know, crazy woman. And trust me, I know crazy. um, no, not you, babe. You're a good kind of crazy. I love you. Um, there's a good kind of crazy and a bad kind of crazy. Let me tell you. All right. So she does relinquish the title in the ring and leaves it there, and it's very emotional for her because it's man, she was really in the middle, or I shouldn't even say the middle. I mean, she was just getting started on this run and really getting into this character and developing it, and the proceed with caution and the attitude and the charisma behind it. It's man, she's been on fire. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I am I'm biased. I'm biased because I've seen her transform her career in TNA and came back, we'll just say all guns blazing. Okay. She came back and she's like, I'm not gonna be just sitting off to the side like I was before. I am here to make a statement, and I will be on top. And she was. And it's been a blast watching her. So as much as a positive as it is, it's bad timing, unfortunately, and it's emotional. She left the championship in the ring and she walks away. So I didn't catch if they announced if they're gonna do anything immediately with it. I'm guessing they're gonna announce something for Clash in Paris coming up. When is that? End of the month, I believe. Let me quick check the old schedule here. Sunday, August 31st. What else is coming up? Heat Wave is coming up this coming Sunday in Massachusetts. August 24th. And that Clash in Paris is going to be during the day, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. my time. So that's going to be something. And there's some really good matches coming up for that have been. Let's see if they got an updated card here. Let's go through some of these matches. Oh, they don't have much on here. Well, I know there's more than this, but it's John Cena versus Logan Paul. And they also have Seth Rollins defending against CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. That was recently made. Clash in Paris is also, I don't think it's official yet. I have not checked the old WWE Twitter, but I'm sure one of the next ones coming up that's going to be announced for that, or it could be sooner rather than later. I could be wrong. Could be next Monday for all I know. But put it on Heatwave. No, I'm kidding. Pretty sure that's all NXT stuff. Nothing against them, but it's an NXT show. Bronson Reed wants Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns wants Bronson Reed in the ring. In the rings. So that's been something that's building up. I tell you what, as much as I thought Braun Breaker was going to be in trouble with being banged up, he looked pretty good tonight. And I'm not gonna sit here and run down the whole thing from Raw tonight, but man, Raw was fun. Raw was a lot of fun, full of stuff. Things are heating up between Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch. That might be another one for Clash in Paris. I don't know. It looks like good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. That is official. Sheamus versus Rusev, and that's the last time those guys are going to face off. So whoever wins that one gets to keep all the toys, I guess. I don't know. Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee were featured as a tag team against the Judgment Day tonight. It's Mr. Iguana. He's got an iguana, as they say on Wrestle Talk. Good stuff there. Things heating up between Io Sky and her old crew, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and that's just a big hot mess waiting to happen. What else is going on? All right, let's talk about someone who made a decent amount of news in the last, we'll just say week, okay? Very proud of him. Former multi-time X Division champion, multi-time tag division champion, both in TNA. We're talking about Ace Austin. Ace Austin is elite. We are very proud of him here at Smash This Podcast. I've been a fan of his for years. since my beginning watching him on the House of Hardcore show back in like 2019. Before that, Tommy Dreamer's show he used to do. And he was in MLW, tearing it up. It's been... What's up, Kyle? Damn, have not seen you on YouTube for a while. Hey, I haven't stopped, man. I've been I pretty much put this channel to rest for about a year or more, since like last 2024 May. But I just fired it back up. I was a part of the Ramblers Unleashed for, say, a little over a year. We'll just say a year and change. And I decided to depart that podcast. But for the last, 6? It's got to be 6 years. 6+ years, 6 or 7 years. I've been on TNI, Total Nonstop Impact. I haven't stopped that. I went from co-host to main host a few years ago, and I've been running that. But now I got time to do this again, so I fired it back up. So here we are. We're talking some wrestling. And if you missed it, Uh, Tuesdays, I'm also doing live reactions for the new Alien Earth series. I'm a big Aliens fan. Um, it's not like my favorite thing of all time, but this new series is dope. If you're a fan of the Alien series or Predator series or whatever, because it's all kind of connected, but this is more Alien stuff. Um, this is actually a prequel to the first Alien movie. Okay. Um, and it's supposed to be all canon. So there's xenomorphs and there's other aliens and all that kind of stuff. And I'm doing last week was the first two episodes, so I did 2 straight hours live reaction, kind of almost like watching a movie. And so tomorrow night I'll do a live reaction for the next episode. So if you're a fan of the Alien series, Alien Earth, make sure you come back here tomorrow night and we'll do another live reaction. But tonight we're talking wrestling. We're talking some wrestling updates because God knows I haven't done it in ages, at least on here. So that's where we're at tonight. We talked about Naomi, and we were just getting into Ace Austin. Ace Austin made his debut. I'm a little worried about him. I'm not going to lie. Just because there's been so many people that have looked like they're going to have promising features in AEW, and like, and he Ace lost his first match. It's like, okay, not everyone has to win their first match in a company, but if you're going to have a damn good match against the likes of Ricochet, why not have him beat Ricochet? It ain't going to hurt Ricochet. Ricochet, as far as I know, is still like a semi-top guy in the company. I may not be on up and up on everything on AEW, but he's Ricochet's at least upper mid card at least, and it's I saw the match. It was a fun match. Um, I'm very happy for Ace. I just hope he does big things in AEW. He's in top physical shape. He's it can only go up from here. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping he just doesn't get lost in the sauce like the rest of the TNA folks. Now, granted, Speedball, Kevin Knight, and them are doing really good. Deanna Prazo, say, and Tyra Valkyrie, maybe not doing so hot. Not that I've seen. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what's next for Ace. Got to get that first win in the company, man. It's like, um, if you're going to just have him lose over and over again on Collision, now I know it's just his first match, but it's like, oh gosh, give him at least that first win. Like, hey, welcome to the company. We're doing business. You are all elite. Maybe he lost because nothing was official yet and Tony wanted to ask him live. Maybe that's how it went down. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out eventually. I'm sure Chris Van Vliet will have the latest with Ace Austin. Is probably going to have him for one of his shows within the next, I'm just going to guess, few weeks, maybe a month. We'll see. Hopefully. Catch up with him and see what he's been up to. But yeah, he looks great. I'm excited for him. I mean, yeah, part of me wanted to see him jump to NXT. I don't know. I don't know if nobody was biting over there or what. but hey, he's got his shot. He's in AEW now, so I will be following his stuff there, and it is exciting to see Speedball and Kevin Knight go up against top guys like Moxley's crew, his motley crew of guys, the Death Riders. At least I think they're still called the Death Riders. So yeah, I mean, there's still some good stuff on that show. I just haven't been keeping up on everything, and I only got so much time. My priorities have been TNA and then trying to catch up on as much WWE stuff as I can during the week. Some stuff I watch. Sometimes I just watch clips. You know how it is as a wrestling fan. You can only do so much. You pick and choose, or you can burn yourself out and watch everything like I used to. I can't do it. What else is going on? Let me jump in my bookmarks because I believe here we go. I believe it's at the bottom of my bookmarks somewhere. So news came out over the weekend. It was Saturday or Sunday. Here it is. And we'll do a little you know what? We'll do a little share screen-a-rooney for this. How about that? So you guys know where to find the track and purchase it if you want to help support this band or this guy or whatever he is. DJ, band, whatever. I don't know a lot about him. He's got a couple songs out. That's all I know. All right. So the new Killer Kross theme is "Don't Cross a Killer." This is on Bandcamp.com, and the person doing it is called Nowhere to Run. Number 2, Nowhere to Run. All one thing here. And the single is, you can purchase it for $1.50 if you want to help support the cause. It's sick. I'm not going to play it on here. It's copyrighted. But yeah, just look up Nowhere to Run or Don't Cross a Killer theme. And if you are a sub to why does that look like that? It's not supposed to look like that. That's better. All right. That's good. At least you can see it a little better here. But yeah. So that's the theme. Don't Cross a Killer. It's sick. If you are subbed to Killer Kross's YouTube channel, he dropped the video this past was it Saturday? And it's already got a ton of views. And I'll say it's a banger. It's pretty good. Sounds a lot like a lot of stuff out there, but it's pretty good. So, and then when you hear this, what's the first thought? Here, I'll stop sharing this now. All right, so go check that out. Either on the Bandcamp or Killer Kross's YouTube channel. Dropped it this past weekend, excuse me. So once you hear it, what's the first thing you say? Well, where else am I going to hear this? What company is going to play this? Right? I watched Raw tonight, and I didn't hear, now if I'm wrong and I missed it, but I didn't hear any "We Want Kross" chants. There was some on SmackDown apparently. I saw a couple signs tonight. There was more on SmackDown, and like last Monday, more signs. But I think it's been more on social media than on the show itself, as far as people really making their voice heard about Kross. um, so yeah. So I'll ask you guys, after hearing the song, give it a couple spins, get it in your head, get familiar with it. Where are we going to hear this? Are we going to hear it in AEW? Are we going to hear it in TNA? And honestly, that's the only two places I want to see him, if he's going to show up someplace. Now, would I like to see him back in the WWE and get a decent run? Absolutely. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Not after the story that was told on the Ariel Helwani show. And if you guys heard that last week, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go on YouTube, go look up his podcast, and Kross tells a story. And he does it as himself. He's very humble. He's like, I've never heard him talk like this before. And he talks about how he was offered a contract and they said, you have 24 hours. And if you don't sign it, we rescind the contract. That's ridiculous. What company does that? I've never heard of anyone doing that to anywhere, like any job, period. That's crazy. And all he wanted to do was sit down and talk some numbers and be like, hey, how did you guys come up with these numbers? And he didn't say like how much it was or nothing. But he's like, let's just sit down and talk some business. And they absolutely refused. And they're like, well, that's the numbers we got. You accept it, or you accept it or you don't, period. End of subject. And he's like, what the hell? So that's very frustrating. And that's why I said this has got to, there's a lot of people that say this is a work, and that's fine. But after hearing that story, I refuse to believe that this is a work, because after telling that story, it does not paint WWE in a good light at all. As far as behind the scenes stuff, they have a lot of stuff going out there with all the behind scenes with Unreal and whatever going on Netflix. I watched the first episode. It's pretty good. I haven't watched the rest of it yet, but so Kross has his own little Unreal, it's like you go to his YouTube channel and he's got a couple documentaries on there. He's got a part 1 and a part 2. And the part 2 is when his contract expired or just about to expire. And it was SummerSlam weekend, and that was his last appearance. And talks about that, talks about his situation and stuff. And then he had the interviews following. So we'll see. We'll see. Me personally, I would love to see him go back to TNA. It's not the same company it was a handful of years ago when he first came in post Lucha Underground. Different owners, everything. And I think he would be able to sit down and have a talk with them and figure something out and get the ball rolling. He's a free agent. I mean, he could show up on any doorstep any day now. He did not show up at Emergence, and a lot of stuff happened at Emergence. He obviously would not show up in AAA or Triplemania, unless he had that conversation with WWE and they said, "Look, we want you back. We got this settled. We don't know what we're going to do with you, but we're going to send you down to AAA. You've been there for a while before. We'll send you down there for a while until we figure out what we're going to do for you on the main roster." I could see them doing something like that, but that obviously did not happen, did it? I threw out something wild and crazy when I was doing some predictions and previews for TNA Emergence this past weekend. Was it Friday? Friday, I believe. I said, "Ooh, what if Kross comes down and costs Moose the championship? That would be hot. That would be something that would really get people talking." In my professional podcasting opinion. So I thought that was a great, and that was just off the top of my head, and that no one else was saying that. So I'm like, get going on that. Have them show up. It's like, you got to strike while the iron's hot. You got to get your face back out there before they forget about you, before they stop talking about you. Get your ass back out there. So what else is happening? AEW. What's going on with AEW? What events do they got coming up here? Sunday the 24th, Forbidden Door. And they got All Out Toronto. So they got a few things coming up between August and September. And that's not too far away. He could show up. It's like, where's the next? Oh, Dynamite and Collision are in Glasgow? Oh, that's interesting. And then there's the Forbidden Door, and then there's tapings at the 2300 Arena August 27th and on from there. So, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming up for AEW. TNA, let's just quick look at the events. They just did tapings. TNA Live Thursday, September 4th. That's coming up in a few weeks. That could be hot. That's in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Armory. Victory Road is September 26th. That of course is live. That's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And they got tapings after that. Bound for Glory. That's in October. I would not wait until October, but that's me. I would not wait that long. So we'll see. Let me know, where do you want to see Kross show up? Go check out his new theme. Go check it out on his YouTube channel. He dropped it this last weekend if you missed it. It's a banger. Where are we going to hear it? Let me know. Drop a comment after the show. Let me know in the chat, whatever. What else is going on? Oh, and the band camp for the guy that did the theme, Don't Cross a Killer, is Nowhere to Run, all one thing. Nowhere to, the number 2, run. Nowhere to Run. Or just look up Don't Cross a Killer on Bandcamp. All right. What else happened over the weekend? There was a lot. We had... Is that going to be on here? It's not on here. Why is it not on here? Full Triplemania. Here we go. Full Triplemania results. For those of you that watched Triplemania on Sunday, that was a lot of fun. That was the first big, how do we say it, WWE run AAA event, and it was Triplemania 33. We'll go over the results real quick. Almost won the Copa Bardal match. And we haven't seen him in a while. He was squashing everyone. And I think we had a record. It might have been a world record as far as the tallest wrestler in the ring facing off against the shortest in history. That's my guess. It could be, it certainly could be a Guinness record because Omos is 7 foot, what, 4, 5, whatever. And then Microman is what, 3 foot, whatever. He doesn't even look 3 foot. I think that's an exaggeration. But I could be wrong. But on camera, he looked 2 feet max. But man, that guy took that guy got tossed out of the ring. Thank God the guys that were outside of the ring. I think it was the LWO guys that were out there? They caught him. Someone caught him. I forget who was all out there. But that was fun. Latin America Championship match. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. defeated El Mesías. Let me tell you, I haven't seen Mesías in a long time. I'm trying to remember. He used to be part of Lucha Underground, right? He was, oh man, it's all fuzzy. Like I could picture the character. I cannot remember the names. But he wore a mask in Lucha Underground, and he was one of the top bad guys, wasn't he? He wasn't Aquedo. He was something else. He was, what, Mil Muertes? Is that what it was? I forget. But anyways, he's been in AAA forever, like for decades. Was kind of hoping I was going to see Vampiro pop up, but I don't know if he's going to be a part of the new WWE era in AAA or not. Vampiro, one of my old favorites. Got the figure right over here somewhere. Yep, there it is. But yeah, fun match. Dr. Wagner got involved. 6-man tag team match. This was a lot of fun. We got Finn Bálor, JD McDonagh, and Raquel Rodriguez. Judgment Day versus Niño Hamburguesa. He's a big boy. He's a big boy, that Niño Hamburguesa. Mr. Iguana. He's got an iguana. And Lola Vice. Judgment Day won this one. So much fun. At one point, Finn Bálor faces off with Mr. Iguana in the ring. And Finn Bálor comes out with his own like hand puppet. And it's Demonito. And it's a little like Finn Bálor demon on his hand. And he's got the old the tassels, just like Demon Bálor, used to wear in the ring. And they're selling this thing for like $100 on WWEshop.com. It's crazy. I was talking with my missus, and she's like, it probably costs like $5 to make. I'm like, yeah, with the materials, yeah. So whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Judgment Day won. But then, Mr. Iguana gets on Raw tonight. Man, he is popular. The crowd just loves him. He is something. He's quite the character. AAA Tag Team Championship on the line. Angel and Berto. Now, they were called the Los Garzas. I don't know why they were called the Los Garzas. They weren't called that in the WWE. I don't know why they were called that down in AAA. They were part of something fantastic. I forget. That's how much they've been on TV lately. And their manager guy, he wasn't down there. I saw him wrestle Dr. Wagner for the old Phantasma. It was a match versus match versus match or career or something. I forget whatever it was. Match versus mask versus mask fight. Like if you lose, you got to remove your mask. And Dr. Wagner removed his mask. Something to that effect. Which that was a handful of years ago. That was, and I hadn't I hadn't watched it much since. I was watching it a lot back when Morrison was champ and Killer Kross was his muscle. Taya Valkyrie was at his side, and she was Reina de Reinas champion. That's the AAA women's champion down there. And they had all the belts. I mean, Morrison had all the belts back then. Crazy. I think the only one he didn't have was like the cruiserweight belt or something. I don't know. Konnan was inducted to the AAA Hall of Fame by Rey Mysterio. Konnan, somewhat the controversial figure, was kind of yapping it up with the crowd, telling them to shut up or something. I don't know. He doesn't take nothing. Great to see him, though. I have heard that WWE is giving him like a Legends deal, so expect to see some Konnan action figures. Maybe some old WCW stuff back from the day. Some Wolfpack NWO. That would be dope. I would love to see that. Maybe some classic AAA stuff from him, like an Ultimate. I know there was Boss Fight released an Ultimate for Konnan or something, a figure of his, the classic look. And no offense against Boss Fight, but I think WWE could put out some pretty sick stuff too. Just saying. Reina de Reinas Championship Triple Threat match. Flammer defeated Faby Apache and Natalya. Yes, that Natalya from the WWE. But she came out as Natty. I call her Naughty Nanny because, or Naughty Natty. Not Nanny. Natty. Because she's just different. Like wherever she else, I can't talk tonight. Wherever else she has shown up, whether it was Bloodsport or NWA, or was it NWA? I think it was NWA. She showed up for a couple other indies or something, and she showed up, down in AAA, all in black. Oh my God, what a badass. I'm like, why can't we get this Natalya in the WWE? What, they won't let her? Come on. Fans are dying for this. She just faced Masha in Bloodsport, I think. I have not seen the match, but I'm going to try to find clips of it somewhere. Would love to see Natty show up in TNA. Naughty Natty. That'd be dope. All right. And then the main event was so much fun. El Hijo de Vikingo, the AAA Mega Champion, versus Dragon Lee, Dominik Mysterio, and El Grande Americano. All the latter three guys from the WWE. Definitely the odds are against Vikingo. Now, from what I thought, this is the first time I'm seeing AAA content in a few years. I see clips and stuff. I try to keep up on who's doing what, but I only, learn so much because I don't see it on TV or nothing. I see clips online, and that's about it. Excuse me. But they so yeah, they had the three WWE guys against Vikingo, and he's been champion for 700 some days or something. I don't know. All right, one point it was 700 days. I don't know if this last run was that long. I thought he just beat Alberto El Patron for the title. At least I thought that's what it was. Anyways, he's gone apparently. So, I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, I know he's got a troubled past, but if he's cleaned up his act, then maybe he hasn't. I don't know. I haven't heard enough to really have a proper opinion on it, but whatever. They know what they're doing apparently. But so as far as I know, or what I thought I knew, that's the key part. What I thought I knew is that Vikingo was a beloved part of the company, only to find out that apparently El Grande Americano got the biggest pop of the damn night. Absolutely crazy. Dragon Lee, fair pop. Dominik Mysterio got a pretty good pop, but El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Ludwig Kaiser? Is that who that is? Man, he's in great shape. Jeez Louise, I'm just saying. He's very, very tall. But, comes out with a big cape and he's singing this stuff, and the crowd he's just got the crowd eating out of his hand. He's singing all the way to the ring with the microphone. And I don't know a lot of culture, but I recognize the song. I recognize the melody. Ah, yeah, 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 da, 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 da. Hope I don't get a copyright thing for that. But he's singing this all the way down to the ring. And like I said, the crowd is just, they're in the palm of his hand. They love him. And I'm like, isn't this the guy that shows up with the fake gimmick from America? And they're supposed to hate him? That's what I'm thinking. Because I've seen gimmicks like that before, or something similar to that. Or like someone shows up with an American gimmick and gets booed because he's got, the United States flag as trunks, like, what was it? Brian Cage or a couple others like that. Or look at what Jeff Jarrett used to do. He used to come out and he used to throw tortillas at the crowd. Oh my God, they booed him out of the damn arena every time. Crazy. So I'm thinking this is going to be the same thing. Nope. They loved him. And I'm like, he's over like Rover. Is he going to be the next champion? I can't believe this. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Dominik Mysterio is going to face... Well, so look, long story short, Vikingo retained. Gets booed. Crazy. Can't believe it. So I'm thinking they automatically, for this next event that's going to happen, and I'm not sure where it is. I think it's somewhere on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Worlds collide. Dominik Mysterio is going to face Vikingo again for the Mega Championship. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Dominik Mysterio gets the title here. I would not be surprised at all because tonight he also, during Raw, ran into El Grande Americano, and they're, I don't know, they're talking back and forth. They're doing some business. They're talking Mexican. I don't know what they're saying. And the rest of the crew is like, "What are you doing? What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just, doing some business and, making sure she said something to the effect of making sure he wins at Worlds Collide." I think that's what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was talking about. So yeah, I'm very curious. That's going to be a hot event. I don't know what else is going to be going on there. Let me see. Excuse me, man. When is it in the next? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. They need to get their own page on the WWE. More news. Here we go. Next Monday, Penta battles Kofi Kingston. Rhea Ripley collides with Roxanne Perez. Hell yeah. Worlds collide. Pavilion at the Thomas and Mack Center. Oh, Las Vegas. Okay, I was close. It's west, of course. September 12th. Oh, okay. So that's what, a month away, or just under a month away. So, all right. So September 12th coming up in a month. Should be good. Should be good. Go Dominik Mysterio. I was telling Mrs. Bone over here, I'm like, remember when Dominik Mysterio would just poke his head out and get booed out of the building, wouldn't even say nothing? I'm like, he's getting cheered now. He's getting chants. They are loving him. I'm not sure exactly where the change happened, but it's pretty recent. And the respect is happening. I don't exactly know why. Drop a chat in the comments if you want to let me in on something I may not know. But I dig him. I think he's doing a great job. But things are changing. It's interesting. So he's getting cheered now. Maybe he's getting cheered because he's defending his title and wrestling more instead of, worrying about chicken nuggies. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But anyways, I wanted to keep this under an hour. Let's keep this under an hour tonight. I wanted to talk about a few different things. We talked about Kross. We talked about Naomi. A few other Raw highlights. Talked a little bit about Ace Austin. Triplemania. A few other things. So yeah, just a little hey, let's get this back out there. Let's fire up the channel and let's get things going again and talk some wrestling. All right. I don't know if this is always going to be on a Monday. We'll see. This comeback for Smash This Podcast is a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. But I'm back. It feels good to be back on here doing stuff. It's been a minute. And like I said, if you are a fan, the official comeback was last week when I fired it up and did a live reaction for Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2. So if you have not watched those yet and you're a fan of the series or you want to check that out, and you could pop in my video while you're watching the both and see how I'm reacting to stuff. And so tomorrow night, that's on Tuesday nights, I'll be back. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe is the time. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure that's the time. I'll double check. But we'll do episode 3. We'll do a live reaction for it. We'll maybe talk a little bit about it afterwards, but most of it's going to be just a live reaction. Because I figure that's something unique I could do on this channel. Something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So yeah, if you're into the Alien Earth series, come on back tomorrow night. We'll do some Alien Earth. And then you can catch me over on that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. No audio here. Might bring it back. We'll see. Like I said, it's always a work in progress. But thanks for joining tonight. It's good to be back. It really is. So much love, everyone. Spread the word. Share the video. Share the video, please, with your friends on the socials. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow for some Alien Earth. Later.